Good morning, trading world. It is August 19th, 2022, 7:41 a.m. on the East Coast, and this is my pre-market outlook and technical analysis for day trading the SPY. This morning, I wanted to do something a little different. I'm going to try to be quick, but I'm going to do a recap of the pre-market videos that I did this week, or the highlights from the earlier pre-market videos, and then give you the game plan for the next 3 days, or at least what I plan on doing. All right, let's recap the highlights. Thursday, I said, F it, skew you, and I told you how skew was telling you to get ready for at least a 5 to 10% pullback, and that we have pretty much done nothing all week, and that Friday's move would be massive. Wednesday, I said, and I quote, I am starting to come around to the thought, once this happens, we can start to see a near-term top or the beginning of a pullback that will take 3 days to completely get started. Wednesday will be the reversal starting to Thursday, and Friday will be another steamroller bull rally with a huge gap down on Monday. Tuesday, I talked about how to avoid getting chopped up by the algo trading programs. So now, if you were following me in all of this, you were short coming into today. I'm expecting close to a 3 deviation move today, or spilling over into Monday. I expect internals to open pretty low. I won't know exactly where until we open, but I expect to roll some profits out by rolling out and down in some of my positions pretty early, only to reposition myself back in, hopefully above 426 or whatever the high is today, or somewhere around the previous close if we can make it back up. But this all depends on market strength and how I see it as we go during the day. I have shorts on an Apple, the Qs, and the SPY, and I plan on rolling a portion of all of those positions so I can take some profit and keep some skin in the game at the same time. Let's get to the key levels to watch for today. All right, here we are back with the key levels of the day. Starting on the resistance side, we have our jack resistance at the 425 to the 426 area. We have our queen resistance at the 427 to the 428 area. And then our king resistance, 429 to the 435 area. On the support side, we have our jack support at 423 to the 422 area. Our queen support, 421 to the 420 area, and then king support, 419 to the 414 area. The main thesis for today was bullish, closing above the 427.89 with a projected target high of between 427 and 433. The alternate thesis is bearish, closing below the 427.89 with a projected target low of between 424 and 418. The current major channel we're in, or were in, was 425 up to 453. When we open, the channel will be the 425 down to 416. Early this week, I talked about a splash back down into the previous channel. Well, splash. There you have it. Let's get into the scenarios for today. All right, our first scenario is going to be our trend day down, day type structure. We have a rather large gap down, but there's some news coming out at 8:30, retail sales, that could kind of change where we are. But on our trend day down structure, we open gap down, start with a rally back toward the previous close, represented by the blue line. We may skirt just below or right at that previous close for a bit. There's a lot of order flow right around that 426 area, so that's kind of where we want to be today. But we could skirt there for a while, and then we could reverse from there, and we would find our support on or before, we'll find that resistance. This is us skirting, finding that resistance on or before that previous close. Then we get the reversal and start our downtrend for the morning, this is usually our golden window. The golden window could have a hitch this morning where we kind of pause like we're about to start back up and then shoot down even further, kind of knocking out that trap door, or opening up the trap door, I suppose. But however, the golden window could be a little larger than normal this morning. But we find our midday chop around either the possible queen or king support. It could feel like a trend day up with how big the gap is. Once we get started, that rally back up trying to find resistance. So be careful until we close above, a meaningful close above that previous close of the blue line. We're still in a downtrend day. So don't be fooled by the kind of build up that we have right here at the 426, 427 area. If we just kind of get up here and go sideways, don't be fooled. So that's our trend day down. And I need to correct the fill instead of filling up something. It's the fill. But let's bring up the next scenario. Alright, our next scenario is our rounded reversal day type structure. We could get a continued push lower toward the jack or queen support area and find our midday chop around either the queen or king support before spending the same energy we use coming down to go back up the second half of the day. But pay close attention, because I have this feel that today we're going to get some extra fireworks at some point. So if we find our midday chop around here and it seems like we're settled, we're probably going to skirt sideways for a bit and somewhere find an extra gear lower before coming back up and skirting sideways again, then going back and getting that second half leg up. or rally into the close the way we normally do on our rounded reversal days. So it's just something to kind of keep an eye on. But that's our rounded reversal day type structure. Like usual, there's a vice versa warning on our rounded reversal day type structure, and a lot of this is going to be based on where retail sales takes us at 8:30, because it's possible we could have a nice shot up, or it's even possible that it gives us a nice shot back. And if it gives us a nice shot back, we could start our rally after the cash open, and our rounded reversal day type structure will be even stranger than normal, where we would get our continued push higher toward the Jack or Queen resistance area, and we would find our midday chop either around our Jack or Queen resistance area. And this is going to be kind of perplexing to me, because if things line up the way that I think, we could have a deep dip back down, which would be stranger than ever. And we would wind up something like that. But again, these range days or rounded reversal days, which is kind of it's a blend of a trend day and range day. Range days in itself are the hardest to plot, because there's a million different ways that things can go. So you just have to be on the lookout. This is not going to be the run-of-the-mill range or rounded reversal today. There is going to be something extra today. So just kind of keep your eyes out and be ready. But there's even a third plot that I have, because at some point I saw us coming up to knock on the door of this 433 at some point, which could still possibly happen today. But just be alert, and just know this is one of those days where anything is possible. Alright, here we are with the last day structure of the day. It's going to be our expanded range day structure. We could look to set a decision area low boundary around the Jack or Queen resistance area before chopping back and forth, then pushing the low boundary again. Then give us a big rally up to close the day. So we have to look out of what will happen at 8:30 with the retail sales. That could give us this jar up or lift up or rally, and we could come up, cross over the close, and then get that spill back down. And all of these scenarios, this is why I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to roll for profit pretty early in the day, because I see us kind of pushing up, and then it's a possible big spill back down. But I want to kind of reposition myself here at some point. I don't know whether here is going to happen here lunchtime or here right at the open, but just being ready for it, because I want to reposition or enter back in somewhere around the open or above, depending on how market strength looks. But our expanded range day structure will take us a little bit of everywhere today. But kind of see a big rally in the cards to kind of close out the day. So I'm kind of holding out to be able to reposition in that rally somewhere later on in the day. As always, your most important job as a trader is to protect the capital that you already have. We do that by understanding and knowing the risk that we have on in each position and managing that according to our account size. As always, I hope that this helps. I wish or hope that you have a positive trading day. Have a great one and be very careful.